Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you all my pickups from Ross during their December clearance sales.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Alright guys, so like I mentioned in the opening, this is all stuff that I picked up from my local Rosses during December, during their Christmas sales. I wanted to keep this haul separate from my sort of normal haul and my in the box videos because this was all stuff that I really just got out shopping for other people. Once I was finished getting those items for other folks, I started taking advantage of the sales. I do live right behind a Ross actually, so I was able to go there quite easily. I pass it a few times a day going to work and coming back and so on. So I took advantage of the sale that they were offering. As a lot of you know, and if you don't, I'll tell you, Ross somehow inherited tons and tons of action figures. Some of them older, some of them I guess maybe didn't sell, and from all lines, from all brands, Hasbro, McFarlane, Mattel, anyone you can think of, Jazzwares, Spin Master, everybody was there, and basically everything was greatly reduced. Some of it was older, some of it was new. A lot of Transformers, a lot of 12-inch, or I should say 12th scale stuff that I don't collect, but they also had a lot of 118 and 375. So I went ahead and grabbed some items. We're going to kind of go from the least to most because you'll see there's themes here. I only collect certain lines, so I didn't really branch out of my, I didn't get out of my lane, so to speak. I did buy some 112 stuff, but those were for my nephews and family, kids in the family. But that's not what this video is about. This is about what I got for myself. A lot of this stuff, really everything is going to be open. None of this stuff is like mint on card stuff. A lot of it's army builds, stuff that I picked up that I've always wanted that I thought was gone, and then it just came back. So the first item I got, and this is a singular item, so I'm going to start with it. I did end up picking up the I don't know how to say that. But it is a Hammond collection, fully articulated 118 dinosaur. I passed on this many times. They had a lot of them. It was $10, $9.99. They had a lot of them. This was like one of the last items I bought. I passed on it several times. They had a ton of them. And as December kind of closed out and we got past, Christmas, the shelves got barren, but they were packed and deep, and they were moving. They had toys in the aisle, just toys everywhere, good toys too. So I felt no urgency to grab this until the very end, and I did. It's the only dinosaur, it's the only Hammond collection item that I got. So I picked that up. The next things I got, they are from the Marvel, Hasbro Marvel universe. I'm not sure what this line was called. I guess technically it's a Marvel Legend, but it is at the 118/375 scale. And that is, they had the Sentinels there. Now, I always wanted these, but I think they were at least $20 or $25. And I never ever saw them in the store. They're not the most articulated, item, but they do come with multiple heads, blast effect, and he comes with that sort of that metal rope that he can grab mutants with. I don't have any Sentinels, not ever. The Marvel Universe ones, the new Epic Heroes, I don't have any. This is the only Sentinel I have. So when I saw it, I had to grab it. I did want it before, but I just never saw it in the store, and I wasn't willing, because I do think it is 5 POA or maybe 6 or 7. I wasn't going to pay the 25 or 30 bucks that I think it originally went for. These were $5.99. It does say on their regular price 10, but I don't believe that that's true. Maybe they were discounted at 10. On one day when I went into Ross, they had 3 of them, so I bought all 3, and then I went back a second time, and I found one more. So I ended up with 4 of them. One of them, I think it's this one actually. Whoops. The bubble is crushed. It is broken, smashed. You can see it's coming off the card. Not a big deal. I'm going to open all of these. These are going to be awesome to have for photographs with my X-Men stuff. It's going to go good with the X-Jet that I did an overview here on the channel with. Again, my only Sentinel I've ever got. I've never had a Sentinel before. I only found that I bought it every time I found it. I only found it twice. I ended up with 4 of them. That's it. They were $5.99 a piece. Thought that was a good deal. I think they've discontinued this line now, and they've gone to the Epic Heroes line. It has more articulation and so on. So it was nice to be able to grab these. I think they're about a year too old at this point now, but nice find. Yeah, it says 2022 on there. So it was nice to finally get those in the collection. All right, so the next items. This is a line that I collect. So it's not going to be too big of a surprise, but I picked up some Fortnite items. They had some older Fortnite items. This was $4.99. It's $5 for this. This is the Bombs Away glider. Again, this is something they had a lot of them. I passed on it several times. I just didn't think, the colors of the bomb, the girl, I wasn't really sure how I could use her. But the more I looked at her, I realized that she's just a mechanic. She does come with that big pipe wrench there. I figured the bomb, it does say kaboom on it, that I could paint it and maybe have it as like a Cobra or a Riot, like hydrogen bomb or something that they're going to try to, a dirty bomb that they're going to deliver. I thought a little bit about customizing that bomb, but at $5 for a figure and the accessory, I thought it was a good deal. They had a lot of them, passed on it several times, and then I finally just pulled the trigger on it one day. I said, what is $5? And so I grabbed her. I am not sure, Jules, that's her name, Jules. I'm not sure what I'll do with her. She just looks like a mechanic. So that's probably how I'll use her, as a civilian mechanic. But I picked that up. Along with the jewels, I ended up finding the Choppa. This is something that I wanted for quite a long time. But I wasn't going to pay, it says regular price $41, and I think that's about right. It might even been like $45 at Target and Walmart when it first came out. But I just could never justify buying something that expensive from Fortnite. I just couldn't do it. It's not in me. I do it for Pia Club and Joy Toy and my vintage Star Wars vintage collection all the time. But Fortnite, sort of an off line that I'm collecting, I just couldn't do it. And eventually it disappeared from the stores. And then there it was at Ross one day, and it was $15.99. So it was $16. It says it holds up to 7 4-inch figures. Again, I don't know what I'll do with the figure. It's not really a figure that I care for or like, but I definitely wanted the Chopper. Chopper looks pretty awesome. I love the fact that it can put a lot of troops in there. I only have 2 other Choppers. I have a G.I. Joe Cobra Chopper, and then I did an overview here on the channel for a Jurassic World Dominion Chopper. So those are the only 2 choppers I have. It'll be nice to compare this to those 2. This looks to be the best of the bunch, and could always use a chopper with your military stuff. Your whatever, it's Joy Toy or G.I. Joe or your Eagle Force, whatever it is. So it was nice to get this. I might do a little. I don't like how it says Choppa right on the chopper. I might paint it a little bit or just kind of weather it a bit to look different. So I did find this for $16. Now, I found it one more time, and I was tempted because there was only one there when I bought this. When I went back a couple days later, I found another one, and it was the same price and everything, and I was about to get it, and then I saw something else from Fortnite that I've been wanting, and I got this instead, and that is the Vault set pack. And you could see there it was $16.99. This is a great set. I've been wanting this set for a really long time. I think, what does it say here? It says it's only 32, but I don't think that's right. I believe this was, again, like 45 or 50 bucks. I never saw this in the store. It was on Amazon. It probably still is. One of my friends, Jabalong, who does comment sometimes on the channel. What's up, Jeff, if you're watching? He had let me know one time it had gone on sale on Amazon. And I think it was about this price, or a little, maybe even a little bit less on Amazon. But by the time I got to it, the price had already changed and it had got more expensive. And again, I just can't, I can't spend that much on a like a line that I'm not as passionate about, or that I'm probably going to piece out. You know, I really don't use the weapons here. I really wanted the accessories and the vault. Although this Midas figure is pretty good, and this Jules figure, Shadow Jules, looks pretty good. I wasn't going to spend 50 bucks on this, or 45. And the fact is, I would have bought that chopper, but when I saw this, I got this instead, and I left the chopper. I could have got them both, but I felt like that's, you know, almost 35 bucks. I didn't want to spend too much, even though it'll appear that I did, but this is over the whole month of December. You know, you spend 20 bucks one day, 20 bucks another day. I didn't want to walk in there and spend 100 in one day. Because part of the fun of it is going every day and checking. I didn't want to just spend all my money at one time. So I ended up getting this instead of the other chopper. I don't think I made a mistake. Hopefully I won't feel that way. But I did pick this up. This is a really cool set. Like I said, I never saw this in the store. Only online. Pretty cool set. Good price. And then the last item I got, I already have one of these. And this is like a brand new figure. I don't know how Ross had it. That's what I mean. It was sort of a mix of older items and brand new stuff, but they were all reduced in price. And that is the Isabel, which I also did an overview on one of my videos, and she was only $2.99. And I didn't really need her because I already have her, but at $3 for a Fortnite figure, and this figure I know is really good, I just couldn't pass it up. I didn't find any other Fortnite figures there. This one was just randomly there for $3, so I picked it up. And those are the those are the 4 Fortnite items that I picked up at Ross. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Star Wars Vintage Collection items. And as you know, if you're watching my channel, I've mentioned this many times. Star Wars Vintage Collection is, you know, my number one line that I collect. Star Wars Vintage Collection and G.I. Joe 118 stuff is what got me into collecting. They're my passions, my bread and butter, so to speak. I had saw on Instagram that there was a lot of things showing up at the Rosses, and that's initially what got me going back, was I was hoping to find some of those items. I only ever found one of them, and I'll show it to you now. I did find the deluxe Imperial Stormtrooper Navarro Cantina. This has the new blaster. I forgot what it's called now. E-Web blaster. These were $5.99, so $6. This is usually, I think, at least 30. But people had said this was there. The deluxe Ahsoka was there. Single figures were there, and the rescue set was there. I never found the rescue set. I never found the Ahsoka. I did find the Stormtrooper with the E-Web blaster. I actually found it 5 times. There's 4 here. I took the best one because Star Wars is the only line that I collect mint on card. I did take the best one and put it in my mint on card collection, so I actually found it 5 times. Now, I didn't have this at all. I passed on it. I have several, maybe 3 of the Power of the Force 2 E-Web blasters, so when this came out, I decided I wasn't going to get it. You know, I'm not a completionist. I do love the line, but I do not buy every single item. This was one, and those 2 that I mentioned, the Ahsoka Deluxe and the Rescue Set, I passed on. I just thought, you know, I already have a couple E-Web blasters. They work fine. And at 30, 35, 40, whatever they were, I wasn't going to buy them. But for that price, I ended up getting, you know, for a couple bucks more, I got 5 of them. So it became a really good deal. So I'm probably going to cycle out those Power of the Force 2 ones, maybe sell them. I'm not really sure what I'll do with them. Like I said, I think I have 3 of them. I'm going to replace them with these. But these were a really good deal. They were $6. You get a figure. And it's the new, I believe so too. It's the new Stormtrooper with the rocker ankles and everything. So the figure alone is worth $6. Let alone you get the new blaster. So I picked those up. In my last haul video, I had shown that I had grabbed Anakin Attack of the Clones, and I found another one. This one was pretty beat up. I think the last one was beat up too, but you can see this one's all stickered on, the popping off the bubble, but it is complete. $3.99. This is a great figure for customs. It's a great figure if you're not going to custom it, but it was a really good figure. So I couldn't resist. I grabbed it. It was $4. I did pass on. They had a lot of the vintage collection Ahsoka figures, but I have several of those. I was looking for that deluxe one that comes with the bird and the light, but I couldn't find that one. I passed on the Anakin from Phantom Menace that comes with the training ball when he's a little kid in the with the ponytail. I passed on that one. I didn't buy every one if I didn't think I could use it for a custom, or it wasn't something that I thought I could kind of army build. I passed on it because you just can't get everything, and I had to draw the line somewhere, even with my vintage collection stuff. Which leads me to these two. I did find the Imperial Gunner, $3.99, and it's a really clean, crisp card. I only ever found this one was just all by itself one day, so I picked him up. He is an army builder, and then I picked up another Cassian. They had the Andor Cassian. I know this one's also pretty good for customs. If you pop that head off, put another head on there. And I had, obviously I have all of these, except I didn't have the deluxe pack there. But for $3.99, I couldn't resist, so I grabbed these. And that is the vintage collection stuff that I picked up this time. It wasn't that much. Like I said, I was looking for that rescue pack. I was looking for that deluxe Ahsoka. I did not find it, but I did find that deluxe Stormtrooper and Blaster. And I got two one day, and I left a couple behind. I think there was 5 of them, and I left them behind. And then I thought about it later and said, you know what, I should have got more than one, because I was only going to open one. And I went back the next day, and they were still there, which I was surprised. And so I grabbed the other 3 and ended up, with 5 total. So that's the Star Wars stuff I got. It wasn't that much, but some really, really good deals on that deluxe figure at $6. And on to the very last line that I picked up at Ross. Okay, so the last line that I picked up at Ross was the, Jazzwares World of Halo figures. Now, I passed on these. This line has disappeared from stores. I don't know how Ross ended up with them, and these are all from like the first edition or first iteration of them, because they changed the packaging, in the next. So there's 2 different packaging if you're familiar with the World of Halo items. They had 3 of these on the shelf one day. I passed on them. This was actually the first items I bought when I started doing this. But they had 3 of these. I passed on them because I really don't like the grunts, but I like this guy, and I've been army building this guy. What is he? He is the elite ultra, but he comes in different colors, and sometimes he has a different helmet. I have a blue one and a purple one, but they come in different colors. I didn't really want the grunts. I like the weapons, but I don't like the grunts. I usually throw the grunts in my fodder box, but I thought it was $7.99 or $8. This figure alone is worth $8. I think these were $10 when they were in the store single carded. They're about $10 or $11. So I thought, even for $9, $8.99, this one figure is probably worth it. I'll get them. I went back the next day, and there was only 2 left. So someone grabbed one. I grabbed the other 2, and then they were gone. I never saw them again. So I ended up with 2 of those. I got 4 grunts and 2 of the ultra guys. I do have 1 other grunt, so I guess now I technically have 5 grunts. The figure that I saw the most there at the Rosses, though, was this guy. This is the Master Chief with commando rifle and grapple shot. This guy was there. He was plentiful. He was only $1.99. He was $2. You could see on the back there's some of the other ones. This is one of the ones I was army building, and that one as well. I would have probably picked up any of these if I would have found them, but they were not there to the Ross that I kept going to. I actually went to one other Ross one day, so this is all from one Ross except for one day I went one other Ross in another little town right across the bridge, about a 15-minute drive from here, but I didn't really find anything. It wasn't as good as the one that happens to be right by my house. But I picked this guy up. Didn't necessarily need him. but I don't have this one. I know he has a different paint get up, and he comes with that grapple thing. But he was $2. And again, these are usually about $10 or $11 when you could find them in the store. Again, it's really weird to me that Ross ended up with all of these, and this is again like the first edition ones, and the second edition they just sort of disappeared. I know Jazzwares, they've done a couple interviews saying that this line, don't worry, it's not going away, but it really has disappeared. And I was glad that I found these items. The next thing I found, and this was something that I put off buying for a long time. I could have got this a long, long time ago, but I never wanted to pay the price. Sometimes it was $20, sometimes it was 15, and that is the mantis. I don't have a mantis. I passed on this so many times. And this Ross that I went to, they had like 4 or 5 of these, but I just grabbed one. It was $9.99. It was $10. I've seen people. This looks really good. I just wasn't sure what I would do with it. I passed on it so many times. I finally said, you know what? Today's the day. I'm gonna get one, and I did. I got one. Finally, it was $10. I think it's a good deal. There's a lot of plastic in here. It does come with a figure. But again, I don't know how Ross ended up with all of the Halo stuff, but Target, Walmart have nothing. And then the last item that I got from Ross in the Halo line is this guy, and this is on their website right now. I think a couple of these items are on their webpage. They started like a Hasbro Pulse type of thing where you can order their figures. And this one is on there, and it's at double the price of what I found it at. And that is this guy. This is $10.99. This is the 2-pack, the Flood tank form and the Master Chief with the flamethrower. It was $10.99. All of these ones never really hit retail in my area. I've been looking for all these. I still want to get that guy. I want to get all these packs actually. That only one that showed up was the drop ship. The Odious, but the rest of these never showed up in my area. But I would have bought all of them if they would have. Unfortunately, the Ross only had this one. They only had it one day, and they had 3 of them. So I bought all 3. I really just wanted the Flood, the creature, but at $9.99, like I said, usually one figure is $9.99 or $11.99. The fact that there was 2 in there. I guess you can always use an extra Master Chief. I have several Master Chief. This one is different than the single carded one. He does come with a different weapon than the single carded one. But I ended up with 3 of them. They were $9.99, $30 for the 3 of them. This figure, this pack was fairly hard to find. In fact, now it's on their website, but I'd never ever seen it anywhere before except people doing like reviews online. I know it was released in Canada, I think. All of these 2-packs were, I think, released in Canada, but I've never seen them at retail in the United States, and they had gotten a little bit expensive for a while on Amazon, so I never bought them. But I'm glad that I did this time. So there was 3 of them. Like I said, I only ever saw it one time, so I got it. I got the 3 of them. So I've got the Flood guy. I got 3 of them. I got 3 Master Chiefs. Pretty cool. Glad I got them. But that was my Halo stuff. So it was a lot of stuff, guys. I think I saved a lot of money, but I did spend a lot of money. But the discounts were so good. You know, when I went back on Christmas Eve and the day before that, the shelves were just completely wiped out. There was nothing left. So I'm glad that I bought when I did, because they're all gone now. Maybe they'll restock in the new year. Hopefully Ross will keep coming with the hits and coming with the sales. But this was pretty rare. I've never seen it like this before. I've always gone into Ross, probably the last 10 or 12 years. My son is 13, he'll be 14 in like 2 weeks. So I've been hitting up the Rosses for quite a long time, and I've never seen them this good with this many good lines and good action figures, and and not just this stuff, the Hot Wheels, the Matchbox. They even had Lego, Paw Patrol, any line that you can think of. They had there, the Bandai, the My Hero Academia, the Witcher, McFarlane stuff. They even had the Universal Monsters, Frankenstein and his bride, and just everything, more than I collect. But I took advantage of it while I could. This is what I got. It was a massive haul. It took me, that was about four plus weeks worth of stuff. Um, and it was all little by little, one thing here, two things there, and it just kind of built up. But I did want to keep this separate from my normal haul that's like pre-orders that comes in, and my what's in the box stuff, like I mentioned. So that was it, guys. Did you guys take advantage of the raw sales? I hope you did. It seems like it was kind of a once in a lifetime kind of thing. Although I hope it's not. I hope they do this every year, because I'll be right there. I was very lucky that I had the money. I was very lucky I had the time to go, and it turned out well for me. All this stuff's going to get open. I don't know if it'll get open here on the channel. It might. If you guys want to see anything here that I just showed you, comment below. Let me know. I'm probably not going to get to this stuff anytime soon because I've got a couple other things I'm doing, a couple other videos that I'm going to try to pump out and keep the channel going. So thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, guys. Bye.